Open up your asshole and get ready to go for the trash mess drama. Yeah, we're fully live, mama.
Piss the fuck off because of your life. I'm bored.
It's still very dry down there.
I can't grow up. I'm just Al.
I'm not buying what they're selling.
Oh, there you are, sweet baby angel, and here I am. Hello, I'm Wilko, the guy who rehashes reality, and welcome to MAFS, our first one of the week. It is Sunday. You may have noticed that some things in the studio have changed, and that is obviously creating a bloody nightmare tonight. You move just a couple things around. I'm pressing this button is probably going to blow it all up, but I'll try. Okay, there you go. Oh, look at that weird colouring on that camera. Everything's moved. And there's another, you can see the other microphone. It's being built for something else. So all of it's still coming. Let's check your chat up on the screen and we can say hi to all of the sweet baby angels. Hello, Logan. Hello, Logan. Hello to Liam and Olivia. What does that mean? Yeah, well, they've always been here, the curtains. YouTube comment. Are Liam and Olivia in the chat? Can, Hayley, you know exactly what it's been built for. We'll all find out very soon together. Someone can tell me. All right, we have so many things there's going to be more changes. This is just step one. But I just had to make sure. It took so much longer than I thought to make sure it was going to work. So I hope everything is going well so far. And if it seems like something's broken, just pretend it's not. Hey, Tracy, how you doing? All right, we have so many things for us to get through because I've warmed a seat for you. Come and sit on the Commit Me couch so we can recommit to each other for another week. Wow, what a time. Some people left. And, well, I don't even know if Taylor from Tassie is going to leave, but I guess we'll find out very soon. Also, there is a poll in the chat. That's actually crazy to me that 2% are saying... So I asked the question, do you believe Harrison and Bronte's relationship is real? 2% say yes, it's love. And 98% say no way, fake. Which, again, it always just shocks me. Hey, Mum, it always shocks me that there are people who are supporting this to be real. Becca, I'm good. I'm really good. I'm running very behind today. I wanted to go get a haircut this weekend, but because of all of this mess, it just didn't happen. All right, quickly, I have to say thank you to, is that going to work? Great, amazing. I have to say thank you to some donators, donors. The donator. That was bad. Andrew F. and Elaine P. Thank you so much for donating. You can as well. There should be, if I've remembered, a link at the top of the chat where you can donate and keep Rehashed alive because the next evolution of this is going to be so much fun. So much fun. And not just on this channel, other channels. Hey, Katie. Look at that. Some things are working. I'm pretty pumped about that. And the lighting's not too bad. I guess I'm a little bit more red than I should be, but maybe I'm just panicked today. We've got so many bits and pieces. This is why I'm delayed. Yeah, I know I'm so late. But this is because of all the little bits and pieces of the Love Lab Rats spreading their seed right across the world and talking to all the different outlets. And we've got to talk about Love Lab Rats past as well. Ghosts of Lab Rats past. That is also coming up because they're all really coming for each other. And I have a feeling I know why. Bronte and Quick Draw voting. I assume so. Can Sweet Baby Angels, can you do some investigation and find out why there was a hello to Olivia and Liam? Because I do have to talk about Liam if it's the same one that I'm thinking about today. If not, unfortunate that you have a name, Olivia. All right, let's quickly talk about Commit Me number 4, Jesse and Claire. Oh, wow, what a turnaround. So they've gone from Get Me Out of Here to Full Gush. And I don't know if I believe any of it. They're all kissy. It's too big of a turnaround for me. I think this is not headed for wedded bliss, but that's what they're trying to make us think. They both write stay. Ollie and Tani, stay. As the only couple that I can truly believe in, really. Rupi and Evelyn both are apparently building a connection and they stay. Apparently the intimacy is quite good, but there's nothing that... Just a coincidence in it? I guess we'll find out. It's... someone last streams Chatley's mum, Melissa McCarthy. Imagine if Melissa McCarthy watched this show. Oh, it's fake. They just want to stay on the show. Yeah, okay, great. I agree with you. I think you're talking about Dirty Hazza and Bronte. Rupi and Evelyn, they both write stay. Alyssa and Duncan. Now, she clearly doesn't trust Duncan. She's also asking the question, what's your secret? What's your secret, sweetheart, baby Duncan? What's your secret? She doesn't trust him either, even though he hasn't done anything or said anything that could suggest that he's dodgy. But everyone just thinks, you're too good. You're too good. We can't trust that you're this good and this single. It just doesn't make sense in our brains. Let's get to the performance art that is Dirty Harry and Bronte. I'm just going to play it because I don't know even where to start with the... look, the whole thing from start to finish really had me just loving life. Let's hope this works.
And it is a massive 180.
Excellent.
How do you feel about each other?
I'm definitely falling for Bronte. There was a lot of parts of me that I felt like were broken, and I think time with Bronte's putting all those parts back together. I think bringing out the best in me. She's just a great gal.
Are you falling in love with Harrison?
Yeah, I'm definitely falling for Harrison. I can't imagine to wake up and he's not there.
It's pretty wild.
It's pretty wild.
We had a few wines the other night and came home, and I think Ollie thought we were remodeling the bedroom. Yeah, I do hear things, yeah.
I wrote stay with a little love heart.
I also decided to stay with a little love heart. Matching.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah, wait. I've got a sound effect. What a crock of shit. That whole thing, as entertaining as it was to watch them try and act, not the acting itself or the performance, but just them trying to act, I can't. I'm falling for Harrison. Bronte, you know what? I don't know if did we put Bronte in the bin? If we didn't, you're now in the bin. In the bin with Bronte. Oh, that's going to be her new podcast. The whole thing was just the biggest crock of shit I've ever heard. And he's so mouthy from the couch. And I just think the only reason you're there is to be a shit-stirring little prick. And if you were likable, then I'd be for it. But there's nothing likable or genuine about you. Sorry, I blacked out. Did I say main things? Oh, we'll find out. Let's quickly talk about Mel and Leighton because they were up next and it was very confusing for me, Long John's response.
And it is a massive 180. How do you feel about each other?
It was like the same Leighton and Mel pattern. Dinner parties are good, commitment ceremonies good, the next day so-so, followed by the second day maybe bad, and then good again. And every time we get here, like I guess, it feels like we're good. We don't really have much to talk about.
I think we're at that stage where the issues we have in our relationship is as a result of the experiment. We are both very stubborn and hot-headed, so we're always moving half a step forward. And an inch a day you walk.
Leighton, the way you're talking right now, it's like you're in a boardroom. It's like you're trying to convince me and everybody else and take, the issue, kind of dilute it. Don't do that. It's very difficult to get a read on your relationship. This here is trying to put a facade up.
Watch this. Watch this.
But you're not letting us in.
I'm telling everyone that's fine.
Take your own advice, dickhead.
Mate, the guy I met at the Bucks party, you were full of life, really fun, full of energy. And mate, you just don't seem happy. I'm looking at a different guy tonight. Every week we see the same story from you guys and I just don't buy it. Just own it. Tell us what's going on.
Tell us what's going on with you. You liar. You're lying about everything. Oh, God. I can't hear anything from you because you're so full of shit. And we've got so many things to get to with old mate because he's been again on the radio with his circle jerk buddies, Fitzy and Whipper, just saying more dumb shit. I can't. I can't. And the way that Bronte like nods as if Dirty Harry's this messiah who says all these really intelligent things. Oh, God. Just get him off the show. You think you're there because you're there for the entertainment. I'm here to tell you I would be far more entertained if you left. Go away. Have I lost it enough today yet? I'm going to lose it some more. So Cam and Lyndall had some things to get off their chest, and mostly it revolved around, you guessed it, Cam's mummy.
Well, last week I was told that I needed to show up. I showed more affection. I showed that I genuinely wanted to be here. I went and got some flowers, and then there was more hugging, there was more kissing, and then we had family come and say hello to us. I had a good chat with Mum, and after they left, I had a chat with Lyndall, and Lyndall was like,
"What did your mum think of
What did your mum think?" And I just said, "Hey, like Mum said, there might be a few little insecurities from Lyndall." It was just about
needing affection.
But it wasn't a bad thing. It wasn't like, oh, she's got insecurities. It wasn't like that. It was just like, maybe you can talk to each other and try and have a conversation.
Cam, I want you to think about what it would be like for Lyndall to hear that your mum thinks she's insecure.
Yeah, it wouldn't be easy.
How do you think it makes her feel?
Yeah, it'd make you feel insecure. I'm not a man with words, I just told it how it was.
I know, this is your first relationship. There are different ways to tell it the way that it is. When she hears, hey, I spoke to Mum and she thinks you're insecure, how is that going to go?
Yeah, there's probably different ways to skin a cat there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd start with not referring to relationship as sort of skinning cats. But skinning that pussy aside, we really have to sort of gauge down on what you did to defend Lyndall to your mum, which is what we saw in the edit, which was zilch. And I don't think your mum was coming in with a good, happy attitude trying to help you fix things. I think she just wants to put Lyndall in the bin and find someone else. And if the rumours are true and you're with Tay-Tay from Tassie, then just invite me to Christmas. I won't say anything, I won't eat anything, I just want to watch. I want to watch the interaction between Taylor, your new misso, they love saying misso, and your mum. Because I would bloody love that. Anyway, they're both right to stay. Obviously, I was saving the more dramatic stuff towards the end because that's how I keep people watching longer. Oh, he's crafty. He's not, though. Dan and Sandy, I didn't even know if much more needed to be said, and yet Dan said more stuff.
Last week here on the couch, Daniel, you said that you were not sexually attracted to Sandy. How long after the commitment ceremony you guys had sex?
It was actually the next morning.
The next morning, how did you become sexually attracted to her overnight?
Well, I think we built up in terms of our bond and our chemistry, and one thing that was missing from my perspective, there was a few little walls that were still up.
You said you weren't sexually attracted.
Yeah, absolutely. So the next morning, we woke up and had a chat. It was actually a bit of a purging of a lot of emotion that came up, and we had a big cuddle, turned into kisses, and in that moment, we were just one.
Well, yes, you can become aroused, of course, by physical closeness, but to be with somebody who you have just stated you are not sexually attracted to, when you know how important that was in particular in this relationship with the two of you. And I'm trying to understand what the end game is for being physically intimate so shortly after such a strong statement. It doesn't seem to add up to me.
I was really happy afterwards, but it's what came after. Because my feelings grew even more, but then Dan pulled away. And then, yeah, I just felt hurt.
I'm very sorry this happened this way for you, Sandy.
Me too.
Why did you pull away then?
I was thinking a lot about some of the lifestyle differences that we have. There's some big things that are there, and there's some things that we can't ignore. And one of the big things for me is my love of the beach and the ocean. It's those times when I'm on my own, spiritual type moments that I really want somebody to share that. It's where I feel most at home. So my heart and my mind have been at conflict.
And go to the ocean with your mates.
A key ingredient to a healthy relationship is not the love of an ocean, okay? It's not. You may not be on the same page about water, but there are a lot of more important ingredients to a healthy relationship.
Long John, are you kidding? There's more things to a healthy relationship than a trip to the beach? You're stupid. Next, you're going to tell us that baseball isn't real, and we know it is. Also, just let you know that he's got beast mode, and that's when he's out at the beach. But when he's making sweet, sweet, passionate love to you, that's purge mode. I'm purging all over you. Just in case. Oh God, I just did that on the internet. That's going to be there forever. Me screaming, "I'm purging all over you." All right. So the best part about it is that Sandy and Dan both write leave. She seems pretty broken, rightly so. It's very hard to tell what's true and what's not true, considering that he says that he's got all these text messages and we only saw a couple, but apparently they had this deal to just write it out as long as they could. But anyway, look. I think Beast Mode is already merch of the product that he was flogging, so I should probably stop doing it, giving him free advertising. Anywho, they're staying. Now, let's get to the real relationship that we need to talk about. Because, A, I don't believe anything. But I'm also... It's so weird how Hugo was so shocked at the dinner party about how things came up, and he had to walk up to Jesse and go... "Hey, mate, is this really happening?" And Jesse was like, "Yeah, mate, this is really happening. You signed up. This is going to be your life for quite a long time." But this time, it seems to have flipped, and Tay-Tay from Tassie is on the other side of this, trying to figure out what's going on.
I like Taylor, but I feel really insecure around her.
In what way?
Well, I mean, body language isn't great. Little things that put you on guard. I'm affectionate. You know, coming in for the dinner party, you look really nice, kiss on the cheek. I remember you said you didn't appreciate that. Like, my guard's up and I'm not really sure what to do.
You're shaking your head, Taylor. I'm seeing it. What's wrong?
Yeah, because I don't know why he kissed me on the cheek.
European family, like, kiss on the cheek.
Told you, don't make advances like that.
Sorry.
I have.
Did anyone else kiss you on the cheek last night to greet you?
Come on, give me a kiss on the cheek. Yeah. I may have, because I kiss most people on the cheeks. Yeah.
That's like an Australian thing, right?
I probably might have.
Did any of that bother you?
No, it didn't.
No. No, it... Wait, here we go.
No, it just specifically annoyed me when he did it. Yeah. Yeah, I got nothing against him. But, like, when anything touches me, not good. That is not Taylor's way. That is not how Taylor wants it. It's not a tailor-made method for me. I feel like she did this a lot during the episode. I'm trying to think. Have I been an absolute and total, well, let's hope this ducks, total yeah. Yeah, I have.
It just gets worse for her, by the way.
But him showing any physical touch towards me, I've made that very clear. I don't want that.
Even a kiss on the cheek or a greeting hello.
When that's like where I know that your head's at about me, I just don't know what the right thing is to do most of the time now.
Taylor, do you think your behaviour towards Hugo suggests that you like him?
I do like Hugo.
Answer the question.
No.
Does your behaviour towards Hugo give him a sense that you even like him a little bit?
Yes.
How?
Because you guys don't see what happens behind closed doors.
He doesn't see it. This is the thing. That's what he's trying to say to you.
Am I getting the bad rap right now? I don't understand
Because
it.
we've got to look at relationships from both sides.
I truly feel like I've made a bit more of an effort than Hugo. You know, I'm watching his shows and letting him choose the meal and things like that.
Do you realise you're saying letting him?
What would I say otherwise?
What do you think you could say that might be different?
I don't know.
What behaviours do you think you're doing that is responsible for this relationship?
I don't know.
That's your problem. Hugo, what are you doing to contribute to this relationship problem?
When I feel uncomfortable, I withdraw instead of trying to communicate why I'm upset. I need to be taking a lot more initiative in making her feel secure and also happy. Literally just flailing around, kind of terrified.
I forgot I've still got the voice on. Just wait. Let me really do it. No, actually, I think everything I've done is perfection, and I just don't understand why he would think that I don't like him. I give him permission on occasion to pick something for dinner, and then I say to him, "You're wrong! You're wrong, little bitch! We're not having Thai. We're having pies." And I don't know why she'd eat a pie. That's a weird choice from me.
Anyway, look, just what a weird thing. She seemed so shocked that any of her behaviour could have been shit. And I'm not saying Hugo's a great guy. I got no idea. He could have just been playing all of us then. But she was so shocked. This is my favourite part of the night, just in case you're noting it down.
Well, there's clearly work to be done here. Let's go to the decision.
Clearly work to be done.
Someone calling
Let's move
me
it on.
is the right person for me. So I chose to leave.
I did right stay.
Why?
I don't know why you did that, Hugo. I'm not staying. I'm going back to Tassie. No way.
Couples can turn it around in a week. On that note, guys, you can go back to the group.
She is out of there because
I'm not staying. I'm going back to Tassie. Book my tickets on the Spirit of Tasmania. Mummy's coming home. Oh, I can't.
Oh, she is phenomenal. So I don't know if she's going to be there. The next episode, we start with the couples retreat, and it is the best, which is good because it's starting to dip a little bit. But the retreats are always so good. Everything always goes really wrong when you mix all of them together and all the secrets really come out. Oh, it's very, very good. So that's the episode. I hope I explained it well. There's much more that happens in it, but of course you'll find it in the full rehash, which can be found on Patreon now. If you want all of my reactions, go to patreon.com/rehashed, or tomorrow it will drop on YouTube. All right, now we've got so many things that we have to get to. I don't even know where to start. Quickly, I just want to talk about Dirty Harry. He was on Nova. And with your favourite, everyone loves Fitzy Whipper, and they were asking him a few things. He said something about how the girls get a great edit and the boys get shafted. So, of course, boys club, you know. Baseball. But he also wanted to talk about something else. Have a listen.
As much as people hate to admit it, if I wasn't on the show, it would be a very boring season, right?
Wow.
I've definitely come in as the lightning rod for this season. I think I've got a big personality and I'm quite controversial and outspoken, which is a good dynamic for the MAFS franchise. But
Definitely.
I think I definitely wanted to leave week one. I didn't buy the whole thing from the wedding. I didn't know why she was, Bronte was dragging it out as much as she was. And I just didn't. I think that there's a lot of stuff that isn't shown on TV that people think that I'm gaslighting her and stuff like that. There's so much that didn't get shown where I just didn't trust her. Yeah. So I wanted to go home. And then there was other times through the experiment I also wanted to leave. But, I was basically told that if you leave, we don't have a show. Yeah. It's just going to be the other cast members, and there'll be no one in there to sort of create that friction, which is essentially what we need. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, because turns out there would be no one to create the drama. No, mate, it's fine. There's plenty of drama. We don't need you. You can go. You could have gone ages ago. Ages. I would have been happy, once we got to the first commit me, I would have been happy with you going. So, and I think a lot of people would feel the same. You think that you're making the show, and producers are walking up to you going, hey, can you please stay? Please. Without you, there's no show. This feels like a Dirty Harry dream sequence. Harrison, without you, we're nothing. What a dickhead. Honestly, I cannot. All right, let's get to some other guys. So you remember Harrison? No, you remember how Taylor she decided to post this about Lyndall. I feel it's important to get this out before my accounts get taken. Lyndall, you're the biggest bully I've ever met. This article is surface level and the amount of hurt that you have caused so many people is damaging and dangerous. Oh, I should do it with this.
I'm hoping people get to tell their truth and the real story is heard sooner rather than later. Be kind, people, and not only in front of the camera, behind closed doors.
All right, so she decided to post this, and we hadn't heard anything from Lyndall until now. So she was speaking to Yahoo Lifestyle, and she said that she was completely blindsided by Tay-Tay's statement and found it very confusing. She said, I did go into MAFS wanting to just come out and be proud of my actions and proud of who I was, and I absolutely feel like I can say that. I've never been called a bully before. I don't think there are many people that share that sentiment, but it was an awful thing to see. I genuinely had no idea that she was coming. That was coming, that she was coming. I couldn't even give you an example of when I can remember that I have even said anything hurtful or nasty, especially in Taylor's direction. She said it was upsetting to see, but she just doesn't understand where she got that from. And apparently, she said ultimately it's all going to speak for itself, yada, yada, yada. I think there's a little bit more. She said, I'm 100% comfortable with all my strengths, but also all of my flaws because it's going to be a really intense environment and I've got to be able to accept and forgive and to watch back those things about me that I might not necessarily love. I did a lot of really honest thinking about who I am and I guess maybe my own toxic flaws that can come out when I'm not feeling particularly good. But I think ultimately I was like, you know what? I think I can handle this. And I think that as long as I go in there and behave in a way that I'm proud of, then that's all anyone can do. And if that doesn't follow through, then at least at the end of the day, I'll be able to say to myself, I did the best that I could. So I'm more confused than ever as to what's real and what is not with that weird feud. We've got a few feuds. Speaking of that, remember Disney Dad and Sex Mel Sheen? That feels like so long ago. I think because it was. So Mel decided to do a weird retraction. Now, I saw this when it came up on Instagram and I was confused. I thought she had accidentally scheduled a post and it went out too late because it felt like it should have been said when she was on the show. But anyway, she said, Josh, I'm so sorry that my words were hurtful or damaging to you and that was never on my intention to hurt you in any way, shape or form. I went in this MAFS experiment hoping to find our perfect matches. And as we didn't find our forever after, wanted to let you know, I hope when you're ready, you will find love and find what it is that you need out of a future relationship. And I wish nothing but the best for your future. Kiss, kiss. As we both need this, and now we can put this chapter behind us. And as we leave the experiment, we remember the good times and laughs we had together. Well, you left a while ago. Interesting. Take care, and I hope to smile with you one day when we both have healed. It's just a weird time for her to drop that. I don't know if it was delayed or... Anyway, she's sorry now. After all the stuff that she did in the media saying, you don't know how much of a monster he is. Now she's apologizing. And weird timing. Weird timing. Let's quickly... Actually, before we get to the big feud that is so confusing to me, let's talk about Evelyn and Dan. Now, this interview, if you really want to deep dive into MAFS and the messiness, then you've really got to go and have a listen to this whole interview. But this is Evelyn and Dan on Kyle and Jackie O and Kiss, and I just listen. I don't know what to make of it.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, Evelyn could bring her phone out, but, when we went through it, I said, what time did this apparent butt dial happen? And she goes, it was after 8 o'clock.
Wait, isn't this the guy that said he wasn't even there?
I was at home. No, I wasn't there at 8 o'clock.
Listen, we're splitting hairs here about the phone call. It was said, though, right? Regardless of how...
Absolutely there were things that were said, but the way that Evelyn had described it and blew it all up out of proportion was absolutely
I don't think it was blown up out of proportion at all. Well, I think you're probably mad that you got caught out and you thought you were going to come across as this gentleman and now Australia hates you.
But does Australia hate him?
Yeah.
That we had to speak about. No, because the things that I spoke about were things that I also spoke to Sandy about. We were deliberately mismatched on this. There's no doubt about it.
I don't think so. Well, you should have admitted that on the day. She went against her culture and her family for this experiment. And if you knew
absolutely.
that straight away, you should have told her and not strung her along. If
Oh,
that
hey,
butt dial
we
did
did.
not happen, you would have gotten to the end. She would have caught more feelings, and then you would have dropped her.
Absolutely not. There's text messages between Sandy and I where she goes, Dan, you told me you could never fall in love with me. I feel hurt. I feel rejected.
Agreed.
Absolutely. We had those conversations in behind the scenes. The chats that I was having with the boys were very much similar to that, saying that we were deliberately mismatched. I brought up my phone. I showed them my Instagram as an example. I'm an active and adventurous guy. It's something that I spoke about to the experts. in terms of
What
I
about
wanted.
showing the dudes all the hotties that you'd smashed over the years? I think.
Mate, it wasn't.
I
under
don't think that's that
context.
bad with boys. Like, yeah, that's not bad, is it? That's what boys do.
I brought up Sandy's profile as well, and there was like a whole bunch of just like inside mirror selfies, that kind of stuff. And I went, look, you can just see from here that we're mismatched.
So apparently, so that's his whole rant. So they were mismatched, and he didn't do it to show, you know, all the girls that he'd been with before, and then he claims that the butt dial didn't happen. Here's what I think happened. There was a butt dial. I don't think Evelyn heard too much, but she made out she did. Rupi was drunk. He spilled everything. And why would he lie? Why would he lie? He's just trying to impress her. So he told her everything. And it's all going to come out. So if you want to, if you want to be gross with da boys, then it's going to come out. There's always a boy. Listen, there's always a boy who's going to tell his wife, TV or not, exactly what da boys were talking about. Either because he's scared of his wife or because he's just a good guy who wants to tell the truth. But Dan is gross. I agree, Abby. What more is happening on the show tonight? Oh, how could I forget? Let's start with a blow up that I didn't see coming. There was an event. There was an event, and it was for young queer kids. And some MAFS people were there, which is interesting because so many of them don't identify as queer. But anyway, we've got to get celebrities anyhow. And then after this event, some things have happened, and I need all of you to explain to me what is going on.
I'm not annoyed of the fact that this person didn't say hello or didn't really want to talk. I'm more annoyed at the fact that when you attend a Pride event and you attend for queer teens and you're there to uplift and support and be all that, you do not come to an event and you do not do high school bullying. You do not be a rude bitch. Like you just don't do it. Like bitch. Queer kids go through it enough, and to attend an event like that and act like a child and become a bully and bring other people down to where they feel that they're not wanted there, that's not okay. Saying I don't like the drama. I don't really like to come in here. As you know, I only come on Instagram from time to time. I upload photos and that's it. But when I see this behavior, I like to call it out, and I want to call it out because I don't think it's acceptable at all. And people have told me, oh, you know, don't say anything, like don't name them, just let it be, you know. But I'm like, nah, you need to be accountable for your actions. And if you're going to come to an event like that and you're going to be a bully and you're going to be rude, then I'll call you out on it. And yeah, so anyway, the person I'm talking about, I'm not going to actually tell you the whole entire story on here because there's going to be too many stories. So I might have to come back and do it in a video or whatnot. But the person I'm talking about is Dominica from last season. Just the rudest person I've ever met. And just once I tell you the story, you'll get a better understanding of it. But just to compare, I met Olivia and I met Dom last night. Olivia would have to be the nicest person I've ever met. So down to earth. Just her edit was bad.
Okay.
So anyway, yeah, I believe Olivia's edit was, I think that, you know, she got a bad edit because what I saw last night is not the person that I saw when I was watching the show. And it just blew my mind completely. But anyway, I'm going to leave it as that. Feel free to send a cease and desist. Feel free to do whatever you want on your end. This isn't bullying. This isn't anything. It's calling out someone's behavior and standing up for something that's not right. And it's just telling the facts what happened. So anyway, that's it. I will come back. I'll do a full video.
I'm bored. Wrap it up. So, all right. To answer your questions, here we go. Strap in, strap on. This is a confusing investigation. All right, so it seems that there was this event because obviously World Pride. There's a lot of events for the queers, We're all here. And it turns out that Liam from one of the previous seasons of MAFS, now Liam was not on the same season as Dom, but they're all from the MAFS family, all love lab rats. Now, Liam is a bisexual man. That's how he identifies as his sexuality. And he was on the show. He got married to this girl. They had this huge blow up. It was messy. It was super messy. And why wouldn't it be when someone on the show has half gayness in them? Oh, before you at me, I know that's not how it works. So it's a joke, but I really hope that Liam comes for me now. Now, they were at an event together. Let's grab, I've got some photo illustrations. So he originally put up this, which said, you would have to be the rudest influencer I've ever met, and I cannot wait to call you out on your high school bullying behavior. You think you were on the same show and the rudest person I've ever met, to think you're blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so that's his partner, and they were at the same event, and that's Dom getting a photo with Tani. Now, apparently, Liam and his partner were talking to Tani, and Dom came up and interrupted. She interrupted, and he was tray upset. Apparently, she knew us, but chose to be the rudest, and he said, C-U-N-T, I've ever met. I'm gobsmacked your fucking edit. You got the best fucking edit, because in real life, you're the rudest ever. So, I don't care about the name calling. None of that offends me, and I don't suppose anybody on reality TV would be that offended to be called any name. Look, you're in the public eye, whatever. It's going to happen. Here's the confusing part for me. What it boils down to is that Tani was talking to these two. Dom came up and interrupted them and kind of blanked them and didn't care about them. Sure, rude, I guess. I don't know exactly what happened, but that seems to be the gist of it. And that's set him off. That set him off on some tirade where he tries to bring in the queer youth, and now it's bullying. And I might buy some of it. I might buy some of it if you hadn't brought up Olivia, who's her arch nemesis. And you've gone, she's wonderful and Dom's the worst. Fuck off, mate. You're full of it. I'm sure that Dom walked up and maybe didn't realize that you were talking and blanked you and whatever, and your pride got hurt because you think you're more important than what you are. And, and I don't care what you think about Dom. I don't agree with everything Dom says and does. I also don't agree or disagree with everything Olivia does. Oh, I agree with a lot of it. But I feel like this is a desperate attempt to stay relevant. I can't see it for any other way. You're saying that you're doing it to speak out because you've got to speak out, and, you know, that's because, you know, queer people, they get bullied and you came in and be bullied. Explain to me what part was bullying. Because I feel like you're just using a word to try and bring it up. And then you drop Olivia in the same thing. It just feels like you and Olivia hit it off and you thought, let's do something and block. Because honestly, if she hasn't spoken out about it yet, I'm sure she will. She'll chuck her name in the mix and there'll be another article and she'll get a few more clicks on her OnlyFans and her Instagram and all that stuff. Don't bring the event into it and use your bisexuality for this. That's icky. Don't do that. You got to go to an event and something happened between the two of you and you could have pulled her aside and said, hey, that was a bit rude when you blanked me before. Or you could have messaged her. But no, what you decided to do was like publicly out her for bullying, and you did it under the guise that you're this great person and you want to speak for queer kids. Fuck off. What a load of shit. He had a response. He then wrote this and he said, I'd like to explain some things. I don't care if Dom ignored me. I think you do. And if you don't care, I think you just blew it up because you just wanted to. I don't care if anyone ignores me or if you don't want to talk to me. That's not what I care about. The reason what took me back is that I'm such a focal person in regards to supporting. Oh my God. What? The fact that someone attended a Pride event during an important month where the event is all about inclusiveness and supporting queer teens. Stop bringing the queer teens into it. They're not hurt. Okay, point to me the queer teens or anybody else other than you, Liam, who were hurt by this rampage of bullying. I want to hear from them. I don't want to hear from you. She understands that people are going to get annoyed at a joint for the language. I don't care about the language. Queer kids do not feel accepted. They feel that they do not belong and they're not good enough. It's about all those lasting effects. Why is this about this incident? I don't disagree with point number 3 on your bullshit list, but I just don't understand how this has anything to do with that event. I can't. So many things this season just end with me going, I can't. So Dom spoke out. I think Dom said something along the lines of she was shocked and dumbfounded to hear Liam's story. And that's not how she remembers the interaction. Now, if she was rude, sure, Dom should apologize. But guess what, Liam? Just message her in future and stop bringing any queer, because it's a bit queer baity. It's just like you're attaching this subject to it that doesn't need it. All right. Daddy lost his shit on a Sunday and I didn't expect to, but here I am. The whole thing was, yeah, exactly. I agree. It has nothing to do to it. Yes, it was absolutely weird. Yeah, it's just so, I love all your comments. You're great. You guys get it. All right, I have to welcome some new Patreon Sweet Baby Angels who have come along to support me. I really do appreciate it. MB, Shawnee D, Kate Mack, Maria V. I want to make sure that's right, Maria V. All welcome to Patreon. There is a brand new episode up there for you of the episode of MAFS that we just watched, all rehashed for you. And before I go, we obviously have to do... Memo Me! Memo Me! Memo Me! Yes, you have sent your memos through, and it is my job to play them. Let's hear from Deb. I love Deb. She's so consistent all the time.
Hey Wilko, it's Deb. So tonight's episode, well, most of the couples were just the same boring blah, blah, blah that they usually are. Dan and Sandy. Dan is the male version this year of Carolina, with the differences, you know, Sandy doesn't swim in the ocean, but I do. And Sandy doesn't run, but I do. When I go beast mode and Sandy doesn't. I'm glad that she saw her self-worth and she's packed up and left him, gone home. Rest of them were all pretty boring. Found it quite funny that Harrison thinks Mel and Leighton are fake. That's pot calling the kettle black. Hugo and Taylor. Yeah, what can we say? I can't believe he said he wanted to stay. He should just pack up and go home.
Agreed.
She's the type of girl that's never going to be happy no matter what you do for her. Bye.
Memo Me! You get it. Memo Me! Miss Meliss. All right. I think Miss Meliss has been cut off again. But here we go.
Oh, g'day, Daddy and SBAs. It's Miss Meliss K here. I'm going to try and be really quick. Who do we talk about tonight? Well, of course, you know, Dan and Sandy. That's probably one of the only interesting stories tonight was Dan's just so full of it. I just don't get him. His edit has said that he didn't care and that he didn't see what was wrong with showing those photographs of his exes to the boys, and now he's really sorry that he hurt Sandy. Blah, blah, blah. You are not, you big fake liar. Anyway, Dirty Harry, please, just stop. Just stop wanting the airtime. Yuck, yuck, yuck. I'm actually going yuck for Cam tonight because poor Lyndall, all she wanted was a hug, mate. If you like somebody, you want to give them affection. It's not a sign of insecurity. It's a sign that you like someone, and showing them reassurance and having affection towards somebody. There is nothing wrong with it.
Oh, Memo Me! I do agree with all of your points there, Miss Melissa K. Thank you so much for your memo, Mies. Hey, if you've been thinking, maybe I should, but I'm nervous. Don't be nervous. Your voice can't be any more annoying than mine. So you can send them to Wilko Rehashed on Instagram or Facebook. Make sure you do it straight after the episode. And if you have some thoughts at the end of the week and maybe like you're a couple of episodes behind, that's fine too. I still love to hear your thoughts and the rest of the SBAs will too. Make sure you go and send them through and let us know what episode you're up to. Also, welcome to all the UK Sweet Baby Angels who are, I think, getting their first episode of MAFS this season of MAFS now. I think it's on E4 from memory. Yeah. I guess you don't. Listen, I don't know what Lyndall's deal is. She definitely has some bite to her. We saw that little snap, so we definitely know that there's a little bit there. Have I done everything? I think I've covered all the things that I need to cover. Yeah, I've yelled at Liam a bunch. I think that's it. Thank you to everybody who has helped out. And just as I went to look to make sure I haven't missed, here we go with Super Chat. Thank you to Aussie Sheila who has given a Super Chat for the impersonation. That is a very kind way to put it, of Taylor.
Thank you so much, Aussie Sheila. Yeah. I'd really prefer if you gave me money but didn't say anything. Yeah. I like you, just don't say anything to me. That's what Taylor would like. Remember, it's Taylor's way.
And thank you to Andy who has shouted a birthday drink. Well, it's belated, but sure, I'll have a drink right now because it's been a stressful weekend trying to rebuild everything. Hey, if you're a fan of Housewives from New Jersey, I want you to message me. So chuck it in the comments below or shoot me a message if you're a fan of the Housewives, because the channel, as you know, starting to get bigger and bigger and bigger, and I love it. So we've got some more shows that are very trashy, very messy, extremely dramatic, all the TMD that you need. So I'll be bringing it to you, and that's why the rebuild, and that's why let's go to this shit camera. It's not, the camera's not shit, I haven't set it up properly. So, what could be happening over this way? Tonight's your birthday! Happy birthday, Andy! Andy is a straight man who is very supportive of my channel, and I'm not saying that I have daddy issues, I do, but I really love Andy. I love that he just gets involved. Haley, I know that you love it. You're going to be here with, anyway. Happy birthday, Andy. Thank you so much for being a huge supporter, not only here on YouTube, but also on Patreon. I really, really do appreciate it. That's it. Now, I hope that this is going to work because everything's changed around a little bit. But I still have to say, just to let you know, that with the results, there was people who 1% said yes, it's love between Harrison and Bronte, and 99% said no. It's shit. That gives me a little bit of hope. Before I go, but you left. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.